Here! Here! We are already fear itself. Shadow Knights are omnipresent.
Who are you, exactly? The one who sent the sword through Edmund?
We are the Shadow Knights. We serve King Belmorn of Hexa.
He's long dead.
That's right, Jordine. We've been preparing for the King's resurrection.
Nonsense.
Just one final step remains. A vessel to contain our King's pure wrath and ambition. You, Jordine.
You dare to make me a sacrifice?
I see it differently. Jordine, do you not wish for the destruction of Kelfion? With Lord Balmorn's power, that can easily come to fruition.
Serendia need not stoop to dark sorcery. By my might alone, Calphion will crumble.
You will soon make your decision. Our king. Here, here!
Orcs are no easy opponents, yet you returned unscathed. Oh!
And with this, our adventurer has solved yet another case.
I believed in you, adventurer. This time...
Maybe... Such a high purity black crystal! Place like this. Me.
It feels good to have such a long-standing problem behind us. Shall we head back to Heidel? And I'll go ahead and grab us a table. Feel free to take care of any business. Don't be too late. Golden Toad Inn, got it? See you there.
You can entrust your goods without worry, since it's an official trade zone approved by the head of the Merchant Guild.
Gemstones are not something to be bargained with. The gemstones I carry are all worth their value. If you spend a lot of time on your feet, try a gemstone that makes you lighter. You can make a lightweight plume by processing cuckoo bird plumes. Gemstones are not something to be bargained with.
If you have a lot of stuff, leave it with me. Within your allowed space, of course.
Ride horses in the open field. There's nothing quite like it. Heidel doesn't feel heavy like Calpheon.
You're finally here. Have a drink, have a drink. Let's drink until we're black-spirited. Come on, don't be shy. Have a drink. It's honey wine brewed at Alejandro Farm. You have to down it in one go. Ready?
Why, Lady Jarette.
Huh? Isabel, what are you...
Me? Don't be absurd.
Ah, that Bobby Lauren. Oh,
I hate to show up and spoil the mood.
what is it? It better not be something trivial. From tomorrow,
It's about the war.
What? What are you talking about? Did I hear you?
Yes. Grand Chamberlain Jordine Ducasse is planning to wage...
Do you realize what you're saying? If you're not careful with your words, both true...
I'm well aware. That's why I'm discussing this discreetly with... Simply put, the current standing Serendian army is too large, despite being burdened with high taxes, and Median mercenaries are quietly amassed. You've seen it with your own eyes. Don't tell me you believe all... and don't misunderstand. I just want to grow the Jean Merchant Guild. Besides, Calpheon is about to hold an election for chief. My father, a member of the Callis Parliament...
You... Ugh. I will not! This concerns my people. If you were me, how could you possibly... I must hear it directly from Sir Jardine.
Don't worry about the little lady. We're short on time. Thanks to the exceptional skills of the Baron of Montfidel stirring up conflict, and the Orcs' gradual expansion of now only the Baragi bandits remain. The Callis Parliament has already begun to note. Imagine Calpheon requesting a reduction. In that case, he would probably go to... You mean the embezzlement at the Black Crystal Extraction Mill? Seeing the look on Sir Edmund's face when you present... At first, I thought it was Jordine embezzling for his... The important thing is what the Callis Parliament thinks. I'm certain someone I know well within the council is likely to... Hold it. Let's sort things out one at a time. Taken aback by the title? I did promise you a position for a job well done. Worry not. A fine plan. The Grand Chamberlain already trusts you. But remember, don't push him too far. If some... I'll look into the financial records of this inn. Well, I know the real power.
You can entrust your goods without worry, since it's an official trade zone approved by the head of the Merchant Guild.
Adventurer, please come in. Praise for you has been abundant in my circles. Sir Roy came back carrying Lady Jarette. I suppose you... I first perceived you as a young, ambitious upstart. So, what brings you to me? Let's be frank. The lives of Serendians have... His Grace has always been a king to his people. Recently, due to issues with our finances, we've had to raise... Ever since that war, since our defeat, Serendia has been robbed of the opportunity to grow stronger. Our country may have lost the war, and our king his crown, while we may appear free to politic in our people's best interest, take the Black Crystal extraction mill, for instance. The Black Crystals hold the potential to make our nation. Calpheon crushed us because of those Black Crystals. I yearn for my homeland to become a country of greater. The first step will be to reclaim the rights to the extraction mill. It won't be an easy task. If you agree, I plan to introduce you. If you view it as just another slick politician's rhetoric, I too am a citizen of a defeated country. Indeed, my youth was. After the war, my life changed. My father was once Lord Constable of Serendia. Then one day, he was exiled. He was accused of deeply offending the king. As the scales tipped, I lived recklessly. I wallowed in the arms of a woman named Roxanne. Alfonso, ever earnest, had eyes only for Princess Durette. I wished him the best. Then, suddenly, the Princess of Calpheon, who was married to one of the princes of Serendia, died. Calpheon pinned the blame on Serendia and waged war against us. In the ensuing war, my father was killed. Consumed with anger and grief, I enlisted in the army alongside Alfonso. I still remember the moment I reclaimed my father's sword from the blood-soaked battlefield. We were on the cusp of victory when Princess Durette was taken hostage. Alfonso proposed the formation of a rescue party. His intentions were clear. He wanted to make a name for himself, elevate his status, and win the heart of his love. However, it was I who ended up rescuing the princess locked in the tower. Alfonso, unable to contain his eagerness, wounded his leg. The rescue operation did not go as intended. General Cliff used me as a decoy to escape with the princess. As a strategist, it was the obvious choice. I was left to survive by the skin of my teeth and return to hiding. Upon my return, I learned Serendia had been defeated. The king had surrendered and was now a duke. The Calpheon army then swept across Serendia, reducing Montverdel to ruins as a stark example. Then I began courting Durette. Alfonso, in shock from all that transpired, went into seclusion. A year later, when the Duke returned from the war tribunal, Durette and I pledged to marry. In that moment, the sole survivor of a crumbling family became the heir to an entire country. Shortly after, I became Grand Chamberlain, overseeing affairs of state in the Duke's stead. Now, with unfettered access to our nation's secrets, I learned of everything that had occurred during the war. My parents passed away while resisting Calpheon's attack on the Western Front. That tragedy was avoidable and born entirely from General Cliff's misjudgments. I couldn't stand the sight of him, so I demoted him and sent him to the outskirts of Balanos. Calpheon then constructed a black crystal extraction facility in the Western Swamp, keeping its output for themselves. It was only then that I came to understand the princess's death had been but an excuse to wage war, to obfuscate their true intentions. Moreover, the subject of my youthful affections, Roxanne Fiazza, was discovered to be a Calpheonian spy. By plunging Serendia's royal family into chaos, Calpheon created an excuse to attack. She orchestrated the princess's kidnapping and delivered Calpheon their victory on a silver platter. There were many questions I wished to ask her, but alas, she had already taken her own life. Ever since then, I've been living desperately to set things right again. Calpheon stole everything from my country. Feels good to get that tale off my chest. An opportunity like this doesn't knock twice. There's a theory suggesting she's connected to the disappearance, but for now, evidence is merely so. I've prepared a special...